Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Inside Movies Galore. I'm your host, David Strege, and here I'm going to go on about another film review. This one comes from all the way over in the UK again, and I'm going backwards a little bit because I've already reviewed White Goods on here, and I figured I'd go on about Bazz Hancher's first anthology that he came out with a bunch of his short films that are involved in it. And to be honest, I'm not really sure how I came across this anthology from Worcestershire. Like I said, it's directed by Bazz Hancher and distributed by LBM Video, a low-budget media. With White Raven Films from 2013. I think it is a very unique when a filmmaker can blend some of his already made short films into a feature film of sorts with a wraparound demon creature narrating the stories. So the first segment in this anthology is, and here's what the film looks like, ladies and gentlemen. I was able to get a copy of it from him, and definitely a creepy cover. So the first segment in here is called Leon's Broken Mind, and in this segment we find a man in mourning, played by Botham, over his dear mum. But the noises in his head will not stop, and we see him devour his own pet hamster. Leon goes out to a local video shop, finds a random horror film the owner just gives to him as it wasn't even his to rent. But the owner to Leon has turned into his dad. Once home with the film, Leon gives into the voices and begins an odd journey of becoming a killer. So in the second segment, called Banur Mansour Trapaz, I think that's how you say it, Banur Mansour Trapaz. A man has a nightmare of blood and winged things as he wakes up, grabs his mail, and then listens to some soothing music on his record player. As he reads the headline of our previous story, in fact, I find this take a little odd, as it seems Mansour Trapaz, played by Varty, is an apparent run-of-the-day next-door neighbor serial killer, as he seems to get enjoyment out of eating flesh and innards of animals and people, and a little bit of invited torture. In Darkest Secrets, which is the third film segment in here, a woman named Maxine drives a man over to some place that a man or something might turn up at. 12 months earlier, it looks like a henchman of sorts, an underboss by the name of Charles Lafont, goes after a woman to find out what goes on with a business deal that went sour. In what I'm assuming with drugs, and Ray Korvacs and his brother Ricky try leaving the criminal underworld, not without baggage of their own. Lafont makes a huge calculated mistake in messing with Ray's family to send a message not to fuck with him, and a bloodbath ensues. An unexpected victor entails. In the final film segment, called The Rogue Filmmaker, this is a documentary about Bazz Hancher and retrospectives from Ross Hancher and some of the actors in his short films, and how they feel about how they came into being in or with his journey into horror and being a filmmaker. To me, the strongest film in this anthology will be, for me, Darkest Secrets. Though it's hard to describe, I've always loved the crime lord type concept, where there's a bit of an underworld and there's a bit of a twist, so it helps. Now, I think I will have a small partial leniency of like towards Leon if he wasn't quite taken over by those voices. Plus, Leon's Broken Mind was quite gory and sadistic for the low budget he had. In a very weird way, I very much enjoyed this psychotic, I would say, quadro of films. As I find it interesting that he will not be afraid to commit animal cruelty. Plus, I have my favorite of the shorts in my mind, but I would certainly recommend this anthology for those who enjoy the shot-on-video kind of a feel with some small, very minimal gore. It doesn't make sense, but it's not supposed to. Plus, I love the documentary style. Some of them insult him or tell us they'll never work with him again. I say enjoy it. The film stars Bazz Hancher as the old man, barman, or as himself, Kieran Hazel as the video shop proprietor, Mick Randall as father, Richard Robotham as Leon, Thomas Lee Rutter as Tramp and himself, Kelly Griffiths as neighbor, Sarah Knowles as daughter, and so on and so forth. So definitely check out this anthology. Let me know what you thought of this film anthology, if you've seen it, down here in the comments below. And definitely get a chance to buy it from Bazz himself, because that's where I bought it from. So thank you for listening. Hopefully you enjoyed my description of this anthology. Have a great day, evening, or morning, wherever you are. I appreciate the traffic ahead of time, and thank you for listening to my ramblings. Have a great day.